Hi, today we're at the Kingston Polo Club and we're looking at the 2016 Toyota Hilux. Now Toyota Jamaica has basically been displaying their 2016 model, which is their 8th generation, their 7th generation and the 6th generation. Let's look at what the interior of the vehicle looks like. Let's look at what the vehicle feels like. Let's look at some of the features that the vehicle comes with. The interior has a two-tone color look, so it's basically chrome mixed with black, and some of it is leather, some of it is very shiny. So that, on that sense, it does give you that new sophisticated look that Toyota is definitely pushing forward to. And you can feel it as a driver here, and it has some intricate touches here and there. So for example, to control the AC vents here and here, it's integrated in the interior clock of the vehicle, and you adjust it, basically just turn it up and down. A good thing that I'd love to see in a vehicle like this is a compass. You know, when you're driving something like this, you're thinking that you're going to be off-road a lot and you're going to be searching for different places, so it would be a good addition to the vehicle. If you're accustomed to the previous generation Hilux, then you would have known about these two storage compartments. Now this is your traditional glove compartment, and Hilux has always kept this feature where you have a key right here. It used to be something in vehicles from way back in the past, like the 70s and so forth, where you'd have to have a key, like Volvos and Jaguars had this feature where you had to have a key to open this. Now, the concept behind this is that you're going to be carrying some important documents. While you might not be carrying money, or you might not be carrying jewelry, but you definitely might be carrying contracts and things of that nature. So you don't necessarily want anybody who has access to your vehicle to just be able to come in and open it. For this compartment up here, this has access to the AC unit, which means that you can put your cold drink in here and it keeps it cool. So that's a nifty feature. Close it back right here, and you have your cup holders right here. This is also from the previous generation Hilux, and what it does is that you put your cup here, it also puts it in front of the AC unit. Now, this is good for us because of our climate conditions being about 87 degrees Fahrenheit on a regular day, so that the AC vent and the air from the AC basically blows on this and also keeps this cool. If you're in a warm terrain, this might be an issue, but that's not our problem. There's also another one over here for the driver. Now, this model comes with a button start, which is something new to this generation. There's also the cup holder again right here, and it's in front of the AC unit, so it does keep whatever beverage you have cool. The steering wheel can be adjusted for height. It's a small angle of adjustment though, like lowest, highest. Unfortunately, it can't be adjusted for reach, but the seats are comfortable and cushiony enough for you to be in a good seating position to maneuver this vehicle. For the center console unit, it's a tablet-like display unit, however, it's not touchscreen. So you're going to have to manually touch these things. There's no touchscreen function right here. Again, because it's a utilitarian vehicle, me personally, I don't like when utilitarian vehicles have too many sensitive gadgets in it. So this might be a good or negative thing. Sometimes when you're working and you're coming back in your vehicle and your hands are dirty or little particles are on your hands, I mean, a lot of persons overlook the fact that if you touch a touch screen with dirty hands, I mean, it can take a toll on it. With something like this, to keep the buttons right here, I like it. I know that there are going to be some persons who don't really like it. You have your AUX port and you have a USB port right here, So you can plug in your jump drive and read the information from here. You can also connect to your iPhone or any other music device right through here and play your music. I personally prefer to pair my Bluetooth with it. However, I must note that pairing your Bluetooth with this device you're definitely going to need a manual, just put it that way. Alright, I was trying to fiddle with this thing earlier, and it was giving me some time to figure out Bluetooth. So there it is, Bluetooth audio player not found. Now I can't figure out what button I need to press to pair it. Clearly I'm going to need the setup Bluetooth sound. Alright, there's it right there. So clearly I'm going to need the manual to figure out what to press to set up the Bluetooth. So I kind of wish that would be a little bit easier. You have your AC control buttons right here, which basically does your normal function in terms of whether it is your fan speed or changing the temperature. Fan speed right here, temperature right here. You have spaces to hold your cups. You also have a space right to the front which you can put your cell phone in right there. For the gear lever, the front of it is wrapped in leather-like material, which gives it a very comfortable and soft feel in your hand. It's also a good distance ergonomically from the armrest, so you can put your arm right here and you feel very comfortable in terms of resting your arm on the gear lever. That was a nice touch for me. You have your traditional handbrake right here, and you have a little space in the center. Now I don't know if I necessarily like how this space is positioned. I don't know what you would necessarily put in this space right here. I guess they wanted to put your cell phone in this right here, but I don't know if I would put this space necessarily right there. For your armrest, it is spacious enough for you to put something that if you're driving on the road and one of your windows wind down and you don't necessarily want any passerby to just get and reach. Like for example, some persons when they're driving with their windows down, they put their cell phones and all the valuable stuff in the armrest and they close it down like this. They also coat it with a nice fabric, so when your arm is resting down on it, it does feel comfortable and nice. You have some simple manual seat adjustments. You can adjust the height of the seat and you can adjust the angle of the back portion of the seat. It must be noted that a lot of the features on this vehicle, they are big. So you have big door openers right here and you feel comfortable with it. And if you are that small and you need help to getting up, you have your handlebar right here to pull yourself up. The rear seats can be folded up. Now if you can see this, there's a little strap right here that you pull and you bring it up like this and keep this little part of the strap and you hook it right here to the headrest, and there is a small compartment down the bottom. Now the similar thing can be done for the other side of the rear seat. You pull this strap again, you bring it up to the headrest and you hook it, and so you have some extra space to put some stuff. Maybe it might be some very important things that you don't necessarily want in your trunk that anybody can access, and you just want to put it across this width right here. Now on the base, once you have folded your seats, on the base there is two storage areas. Now this holds all your lug nuts and so forth and your jack if you should have a puncture tire. Now this could be just any little thing that you want to store in here. It's a nice little secret compartment, so whatever it is in terms of your preference. The seats fold to a 60-40 to create additional space if space is a big thing for you, and they easily fold down. Now in the center you have your armrest right here, and it has two spaces for cup holders. Let me get inside and see what it is like. Because the vehicle is this high, the transmission tunnel is not necessarily as high as well, because it has enough space down the bottom to be. One thing you'll notice with this mid-level model is that there is no rear AC vents. However, Toyota Jamaica says that with the high level model, you will get rear AC vents here. So if you're big in terms of cooling, then you might want to go with that. If you're not, and even if you're big, I don't think I'd necessarily make the price jump in terms of going to the high spec model. The cabin, while it's spacious, it's adequate enough in terms of for rear seat passengers to feel the breeze from the AC at the front. Now, because Toyota is trying to keep a very neat look to this vehicle, there's nothing that protrudes too much. And for some persons, you might have to make a compromise with the step rails. They are a little bit on the inside of the vehicle. So if you have large feet like me, I'm a size 11, you notice that you're probably going to get a quarter of your foot to cover this. So that's a little bit tricky right there, but I guess it takes some getting used to as well. Today we're in the 2016 Toyota Hilux, and it's redesigned. It comes with some sharper lines, and it has a nice feel. It has very good acceleration. So if you're somebody who wants a vehicle with a little bit more power, then this perhaps is a vehicle for you. Some persons say that this is a luxury pickup. It has some designs of a luxury vehicle, but it drives like a pickup. I think that if you're buying this vehicle, you should go for the outlook that you're going to get a pickup and you want pickup duties. The suspensions are firm, not extremely firm, but they are pretty firm. Meaning that if you had a big meal, I don't think this is a vehicle that you should be driving in. Or if your wife is in her second trimester, I don't think that she should be in this vehicle driving with you. It is also like a workhorse. I think that this is like a utilitarian vehicle, and Toyota stuck to the traditional route of just keeping their vehicle to do a set objective, and this one is just to be a workhorse. This vehicle does not want to be driven and drive to work and just park and stay there. This vehicle wants to go off-road, wants you to put bags of cement in the back. It wants you to work. So if you're buying this vehicle hoping that it can double as a luxury vehicle and as a workhorse vehicle, I don't think this is the best choice. Alright, this vehicle is 17.5 feet long, so it doesn't matter what type road that you're on, you're going to have to exercise a 3-point turning mechanism. Meaning that you have to go up front, quickly put the vehicle in reverse so you don't hold up traffic, move back again, and then you're on your way. And that's how you turn in this vehicle. You're not going to have just that one turn that you're accustomed to in a mid-size sedan or a hatchback type vehicle. Now this vehicle is extremely fast. It gets to 80 extremely fast, it gets to 100 fast, and it doesn't stop. It feels like it even wants to go further with it. So the acceleration is very good. The only thing that the driver has to keep in mind is that it weighs 4,400 pounds. Now that's the size of 2 Toyota Corolla basically. So to get this vehicle to a stop, it's going to take some effort. It's not just something that you're just going to drive and just stop like that. We can go over any terrain. Right now we're going over some rough terrain, and if you feel the engine, it's going. And you can also see the effects of the firm suspension. If you look at me, I'm steering with one hand and I'm in total control of the vehicle despite whatever potholes I'm going in. So this is when the firm suspension really comes into play, when you're going over extremely horrible terrain, or if you're carrying a ton of load in the pickup. This is a diesel engine. Anybody who is accustomed to diesel engine know that diesel engine, they track real heavy, real loud, something like that. This one actually trackles extremely low. It's kind of hard for you to tell if you're a newcomer if this is a diesel engine or not. So you're going to get very little cabin noise, and that's something many persons going to appreciate, especially if you're driving a traditional diesel vehicle and you're accustomed to that loud truckling sound. Alright, that has been a very fun and eventful day. This is it for our video for today. You can always check out more on our website or go to our YouTube page and look for Auto Drive and look at the previous reviews that we have done.